All right, so I'm gonna be working on the shopping cart go-kart in this video. So by the end of this, I hope to have the motor somewhat mounted, but we'll see how far we get. So I'm gonna show you guys what I kind of have going on. I just got these bearings in the mail yesterday, and I just kind of have this broomstick handle to simulate an axle because I do not have my axle yet, but that'll be good enough for mocking things up. So how it's gonna go is I wanna get the motor mounted as far back as I can, and then for those of you who did not understand how I was gonna run the chain, I have this little half shaft right here, or a jack shaft, and I wanna weld it down somewhere right behind the motor like that, and then I'll have a chain going to that, and then from there I'll have a chain going from this one to the axle, just all the way forward. So it's pretty straightforward once you can kind of see it like that. So what I'm going to be doing for today is cutting off all my old stuff on this go-kart right here and getting this new piece tacked on, and then I'll be running bars and then motor mounts off those bars and try to get the motor all mounted up. I do not have any chains yet, and I do not have the axle. So pretty much as far as I can get is just getting this back piece welded to the cart. And then eventually I will be making a full frame underneath the cart, because a lot of you guys were complaining that if I just have this on there that I will die because it's gonna fall apart on me. But I will do a full like little tube frame underneath the shopping cart just to help support it a little more. But for right now I'm gonna go ahead and get this back end cut off. Still welded right up in there. Oh shit, it's welded to like this little bracket right here that like swivels around it. See it? I'm gonna have to cut that off real quick too. But,
you can be able to.
I don't want.
And it's off. Throw that thing in the trash. This thing's a piece of shit.
We can put it on
because
at 50 horsepower.
Hey, I was trying to record that. This thing's a piece of shit because every time you'd walk by, you'd catch your fucking feet on these things.
Yeah.
Fucking
my fucking shoe on those.
He like ate shit on them without any shoes on.
Pretty sure this.
My shoe on
pretty sure that hole came from one.
This tore my shoelace off before.
He ate shit on it too. And Lucy ate shit on it too. Ow. My eyeballs.
Good?
Yeah.
It's still gonna fall.
Yeah, that's fine. Let it, because it has an up angle to it anyway.
Yep.
Put another tack on it now.
So yesterday we left off with getting this back piece tacked on to the cart, and we went today to go get some more gas for the MIG welder and the TIG welder because we ran out last night. And I didn't film any of this, but I already went ahead and got the motor where I want it to sit, and I got these two mounts made up and they're just tacked on there for right now. So there's a bolt going through the back right there, and I went ahead and put another bar right across the front right here, and I'm gonna be using this bar for another motor mount right on the front. So I'm gonna come off of this and go to this top one right here. And for now I'm just gonna run it with the two mounts. Those should be able to hold it up just fine, and if I need to add more mounts like to this upper one up here or this bottom one down there, I can always add those later, but I'm just gonna try to run it with two mounts. That should be plenty to hold this thing in place. So I'm gonna show you guys making that mount right now. So I'm just gonna cut this piece to length, and I'm planning on just welding this in like that, and then I'm going to make a little bracket out of this piece right here, and I'm just gonna bend this around like into a C shape and then drill two holes through it and then weld this to this bar right here, and then that will weld to this bar right here, and then that should be good for that mount and hold it up on that side. And then once all that's welded up, the motor should be suspended on its, like on the mounts, and it doesn't need any help because right now it's on a piece of wood. So I should be able to take that piece of wood out from under it, and the motor will be suspended in the air.
you did it at an angle.
What? Oh, like it's how it has a slight twist to it.
Like this way?
Yeah, it'll work fine. You can probably take some of that out. Yeah, it just has a little bit of a
Let me see.
twist to it.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty good though.
it'll be fine.
I just have to trim the edges down a little bit.
You just even like round the corners.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I'm
round
probably
the
gonna
corners.
trim them a little, then round them, because I want it to be. It'll probably go like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just rounding them, it'll fit.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you wanted to sit in more, you could. Come out of it.
There it goes. That oil is smoky.
Dude.
How hot it was getting.
Yeah. It's tacked down.
Yeah.
You want moving?
on the other side? Like
I'm pulling right here too.
Yeah.
Dude, this fucking trigger's like hard as shit to pull.
So we just got this front mount tacked on there, and we should be able to pull this block right out from under there, and the motor is just floating in the air. So looks pretty good where it's sitting. So we're gonna go ahead and pull everything off, and then I'm just gonna go around and weld everything up, and then bolt the motor on for good, and then start going from there. All right, I got it all the way welded up. I went ahead and put the motor back on. Sits pretty nice. You can get an idea of where the axle is gonna go. It's just gonna go right underneath right there. Still don't have the axle yet, but I did order it, and I also ordered a chain and a sprocket. So pretty much everything I need besides the wheels and tires are on the way. But that's probably as far as I'm gonna get on this today, just because there's nothing else I can really do. I need more material. But at least I got the motor mounted on there. Looks pretty good. And while I've been doing this, Hayden was over here modifying our welding table. So he put these little pegs off of it so we can put my welder on top, and then he'll be able to put his TIG welder underneath right there. And then it also made mine look a lot nicer, but we still have to finish up a couple things on that so it doesn't like fall off. We need to put some like little supports or some shit like that. But it's looking pretty good. We do have the wiring harness too. I was playing with that. I actually did get the electric start to go off. I just wired it straight into the motor, and I got it to turn over. But I will be adding all the wiring stuff once it gets much farther. But it's getting there. At least it has a motor on it now. So it looks pretty good.
What are those? No shoes, flip-flop gang, and then actual work boots.
I guess. Those are Tim's, bro.
Dude, these are not Tim's, bro. These are Red Wings.
Red Wings are the new Tim's. People are gonna start wearing them and not at work.
I'm not gangster.
Alright, so this is as far as I'm gonna get on it tonight, but I stole the wiring harness off my pit bike, and I'm tapping off its fuel and kill switch, and we're gonna fire it over for you guys. It kinda sounds weird without the exhaust on it, but it runs.
Yeah.
We got it to run.
It's pretty loud.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get it to go. Oh, it shot a flame up. Did it? You should try to film that. It's also not bolted all the way down, so that's why it's rattling so much. I need a longer bolt in this front right here. It's just resting in there. It won't move once everything's bolted down. That looks sick. Lucy's scared of the shopping cart go-kart.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your dogs. What are you doing, Lucy? Ow.
Well, that's as far as I'm gonna get on it tonight. It does run. We got it started up. I did have to use my pit bike harness, like I said, because the wiring harness it came with, I'm not sure why, but I cannot figure it out. But whenever I have it grounded to anything, it would not get spark. The CDI would, or the coil would not get any power to it, even though the CDI was sending it. So I'm not sure what's up there, but I just took the harness off my pit bike and that works fine. But I'm going to have to go back to this harness eventually because I need to put a battery on there and I need to be able to charge the battery, and there's some things on this harness that I need to do that. But I will be figuring all that out later, but it does run and got quite a bit done on it. The next time you see a video about this, I will have the axle, I'll have the chain and more sprockets, and I'll start getting all that put back together on the back. And then once I get the whole back end of it pretty much put together, then I'm gonna start doing the frame underneath so it's a little more stable and I don't die. But that's it for tonight.